the former San Diego Padre, current Cincinnati Red, who has had, a remarkable story and career, now playing in Major League Baseball, took a chance on himself, went over to Japan, able to turn that into a contract with the Padres. Again, now pitching for the Cincinnati Reds. Nick Martinez is my guest. Nick, what's going on, man? How you joining? How
How's
are
it
you
going,
enjoying
man?
San
Good.
Diego again?
Oh yeah, the weather's beautiful. Can't beat this, man. And
Yeah.
they're going on walks and by the water. That's great.
It's good to have you back in town. Obviously, you guys got the better of the Padres last night, but overall, Nick, how's your experience been in Cincinnati since signing the deal, and how do you think your season's going for yourself?
It's been great, man. It's been a lot of fun. We've, the last couple of years, obviously a young team, with playoff hopes and guys that, last year a lot of guys, developing at this level, and this is the first year where we're like, hey, man, we have what it takes, and we're making that playoff push. So it's been a lot of fun. Personally for me, I've had some ups and downs. Just been a little bit of a roller coaster, but right now, just looking forward and doing what I can to help us, make that playoff run.
That's one of the things, Nick, that a lot of Padres fans loved about you being in a Padres uniform is being the guy, and you've done it your entire career. I mean, you signed with Cincinnati, you want to be a starter, and you've gotten a lot of starting opportunities in Cincinnati, but at multiple times in your career, as much as you want to be a starter, you always want the ball. I mean, your mentality is so contagious for people to watch, and people love when you go
Thanks.
out there and have that mentality of give me the ball, give me the best guys on the team to face. For you, like, how does your mindset change going from starter to reliever, always wanting the ball? I mean, that's a very difficult thing to do for any pitcher, let alone a guy that's trying to do it at the major league level.
Yeah, I mean, I really just try to simplify it. I just want to pitch, right? I just want to help us win, and as long as I'm pitching, it doesn't really matter if it's the first inning or the ninth inning, and if I can just focus on executing pitches, and helping us win ball games. The biggest thing is having the communication, with the manager, with the pitching coach, really defining what they need from me so that I can prepare for it mentally and physically, and then once the situation presents itself, it's a full send.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see the energy each and every night when we get to watch you pitch, Nick. We're talking with Nick Martinez, current pitcher of the Cincinnati Reds, former San Diego Padre. You got your start in Texas. We've talked about that before. And then, things didn't really work out, but you took a chance on yourself and you went to Japan, and big family guy, as I've been told. And, that's obviously a huge risk to go bet on yourself, go play in a foreign land. And a lot of guys are starting to do that a little bit more from the United
Yeah.
States going out there. What was the biggest thing that you learned about yourself and that you turned into, the career you've
Yeah.
now had at the major league level from pitching in Japan?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a bunch. I think the first thing when I got there, the first thing that I benefited from was just uh, that my passion kind of was reignited. Right, just I was being sent up and down a bunch with Texas. I was receiving the business end of the game. I had a tough time handling that, and so it showed in my performance. So when I first got to Japan, they were trusting me. They needed me to do well to help them win, and just having that trust, having that them they depended on me to kind of be that starter for them, and so that reignited my passion. And then I was learning a different style of baseball. I think that helped me mentally, right? Just playing in Japan, they're so fundamentally sound. That it's death by a thousand cuts there. So you have to be locked in with every pitch. They're going to be fouling guys. They're going to be running your pitch count up. And then learning that style, learning how to get them out, kind of you know refine my game and kind of help me become a better pitcher, um, mentally and physically. And then I took another leap of faith in learning the analytics and trying that in a league that doesn't really need that, right? So I was learning the analytics, pitching to the analytical style of the game, and in a league that was probably more old school. And so I had to find a way to mix both styles, and then kind of find myself back in the states.
We're talking with Cincinnati Reds pitcher Nick Martinez, former San Diego Padre. Obviously, a lot of fans out there know him really well. And let's talk about your time in San Diego. I mean, definitely one of the great bright spots in the team. I think a lot of people got excited when Bayana played at Petco Park to
Yeah,
get you going out there on the
yeah,
mound. A starter a little bit in the bullpen, part of some really good Padres teams. What are your favorite memories of being a Padre?
yeah. I mean, obviously that run in 22 was real special. I mean, we had such a great team, great clubhouse. And then obviously, during the regular season, we're getting our asses kicked by the Dodgers all year, and then we beat them in the playoffs. That was a real special moment. And then we lose a heartbreaker to Philadelphia. But that whole season was a lot of fun, man. We had a blast. It was, my first year in San Diego, enjoying the city, the atmosphere, the energy of the city, the ballpark. Man, yeah, that's where I fell in love with it, and it was an awesome run, awesome guys.
Got to play for a little bit, obviously, and as a Major League Baseball player, you're moving around a lot, and you're on the road a lot, and you're experiencing a lot of different cities. But what is the one thing that, aside from baseball and playing at Petco Park, what are a couple things of San Diego that you love the most?
Well, I mean, I lived on Coronado, so that's pretty. You're talking to some of the guys, on the Reds. I was telling them, where else in the league can you live right by the beach and 10 minutes from the ballpark? So that was nice. But I also have family here that live in Point Loma, so I go to Point Loma, Ocean Beach a lot, hang out there. Bunch of restaurants. Obviously, you go to the zoo, the SeaWorld, you do all that stuff. Didn't quite get into surfing. I didn't want my leg being bit off, but I did do some spearfishing while I was here. I grew up spearfishing, so I did some spearfishing while I was out here my first year, and so I mean, this very similar to Miami, right, where I was born and raised. So I felt right at home here.
Let's talk about. I mean, you got to face the Padres, in Cincinnati. I know you pitched a couple of days ago and out of the bullpen in extra innings,
Hmm.
but for a lot of Padres fans, it was like, hey, look, it's Nick Martinez, and then it was all of a sudden, I don't know if I like Nick Martinez as much right now. He almost has a no hitter against us. Take us through that game. What was working for you? At what point were you maybe paying attention to that? But kind of cool going against one of your former team. You knew a lot of guys on the team, but
Yeah,
it seemed like you had a little extra Nick Martinez juice in that game.
yeah, that was my day. Yeah, it's just that was great. I had everything work for me. I did a great job commanding the fastball, keeping the guys off balance with my curveball, with my off speed, recognizing swings. Steve-O did a great job calling the game, and recognizing what they were looking for, and pitching off of that. And so it was, yeah, just my night, I guess. It was real cool. It was against them, and I had a lot of fun with it. And they were giving me a little give me a little crap the next day when I was out to talk to some of the guys. So it was a lot of fun. I had a good time.
That's
Good
great.
time with it.
Talking with Cincinnati Reds pitcher Nick Martinez here on the Braden Surprenant Show, and I've taken up enough of your time. I'll let you enjoy the morning in San Diego. It's a lot of good spots to go check out, Nick. But you guys are 3 games out of a wild card spot behind the Mets. Obviously, you had a very tough road here in the second half of the season in terms of schedule. What's the clubhouse like? What's the mentality like? You mentioned you got a lot of young players on this Reds team.
Yeah,
Got a good leader in Terry Francona, but what's
yeah.
the clubhouse like here for the final stretch?
We're energized, man. We're not dead yet. We have some tough games, but we're up for the challenge, and we're gonna we have our backs up against the wall, but we're gonna come out swinging. So obviously we're facing a good team in the Padres, who also they look like they're gonna make the playoffs, but they're fighting for that division lead, and so they're not gonna go down easy. And then we play a pretty young, tough Sacramento A's team, and then we play St. Louis, who's really just, they're right behind us as well. And so it's going to be a tough road, but I feel like we're up for the challenge, and the clubhouse is real energized right now.
I lied. I have one more question for you. What's it like playing for Terry Francona?
Terry's the man. Tito's awesome, man. Guys love playing for him. He keeps it loose, keeps it fun, but he also expects to win, and you feel that. You feel that in his decisions. You feel that That energy in the dugout. We're trying to win ball games, but we're gonna have some fun with it. He knows it's a hard game. He knows what goes, the struggles, the ups and downs that come with the season. But a lot of guys, a lot of these young guys, we're pushing through a lot of stuff, man. We're just, it's a long season. You got to grind through it. Everyone's got aches and pains, but we're going through it, and we're gonna keep pushing.
Nick, I appreciate the time, man. Thanks again for coming on. Had a blast talking to you, and hopefully after today, hopefully you guys go take care of business and do well with the Reds. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.